Now let us start with the next phase of software engineering about the test strategies. The design model in software engineering speaks about the component level design. It transforms the structural elements of the software architecture into procedural description of software component. It is a perfect way to share a large amount of data. Components need not to be concerned with how data is managed at a centralized level. So that is components need not worry about issues like backup and security of the data. Now let us see what are the testing objectives of OA and object oriented design models. Analysis and design models cannot be tested in the conventional sense because they cannot be executed. However, formal technical reviews can be used to examine the correctness and consistency of both analysis and design models. Component level design, it transforms structural elements of software architecture into procedural description of software component. It is a perfect way to share a large amount of data. Components need not to be concerned with how data is centralized and how components need not worry about issues like backup and security of data. User interface design represents how software communicates with the user. The behavior of system refers to the product where user interact with controls or display of the product. For example, military vehicles, aircraft, audio equipments, computer peripherals are the areas where user interface design is implemented. UI design becomes more efficient only after performing usability testing. The product is said to have an optimized interface. Now let us see the design model in software engineering about the architectural design. It defines the relationship between major structural elements of software. It is about decomposing system into interacting components. It is expressed as a block diagram, defining the overview of the system structure, features of the components, and how these components communicate with each other to share data. It defines the structure and properties of the component that are involved in system and also interrelationship among these components. Data design, it represents data objects. The relationships is an entity relationship diagram. Entity relationship consists of information required for each entity or data object as well as its own relationship between these objects. It shows the structure of the data in terms of tables. It shows three types of relationship: the one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. In one-to-one relations, one entity is connected to another entity. In one-many relationship, one entity is connected to another entity. The architectural design defines the relation between major structural elements of the software. Block diagram defines the overview of system, features of component, how these components are communicated with each other to share the data. The user interface design represents how software communicates with the user and behavior of the system. The component level design transforms structural elements of a software architecture into procedural description. Need not worry about the backup and security of data. So, analyzing OAD and DD models, correctness of OAA and OOD models. We look for notation syntax used to represent analysis and consistency of OA and OOD models. Just by considering the relationship among entities in the model, an inconsistency model has representation in one part that are correctly reflected in other portions of the model. The access consistency, each class and its correctness of classes should be examined. The class responsibility, collaboration models, and an object relationship diagram can be used to facilitate this activity. The CRM model is composed on CRC index card. Each CRC card lists the class name, its responsibility, and its collaborators The purpose of the collaboration is to imply a series of relationship connectors between classes of the O system and subject related to the object relationship model provides a graphical representation of the connection between classes. All of this information can be obtained from the OA model. Object oriented testing methods when the prerequisite for the software testing, unit testing, and acceptance testings are done in the case of object oriented testing models. Thank you.